Trial and error has made me damn near an expert of tretinoin on where you can use it, how you can use it, and when to use it. So I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so you're back, and I'm going to do the part 2 of the Black Girl's Guide to Tretinoin. I just did the first part where I reviewed the Tretinoin 0.5% strength and gave you a couple of tips and details. In this video, I'm going to be giving you additional tips and details. So I am currently using the 0.1% strength. I have been using it for about 3 months now. First off, I'm just going to tell you what to expect to happen and what is a normal reaction from using Tretinoin 1%, 5%, or 2.5%. If you're a first-time user to a Retin A or a retinoid of any sort, there are things that you should look for that someone who has not used it, who has used it before, may not experience. So like for me, because I went from the 5% to the 1%, my transition was a little different, but slightly the same. So when you first start using a Retin A or Tretinoin, you want to use it every other day for maybe the first, depending on how stubborn your skin is. If you use it for 2 weeks straight and your skin is not peeling and drying, which everyone doesn't experience peeling and drying, but you will experience some sort of symptoms. If you don't see any symptoms from using the cream, then you may be able to move up to using it every day, or using it 4 days a week or 5 days a week, and then taking 2 days off. When you first start using the cream, you are to apply it at night on a freshly cleansed face. So I would recommend, depending on your skin type, if you have sensitive skin, use a mild, non-abrasive cleanser. If you have oily to combination skin, you can use a scrub or an exfoliating cleanser, but not to be excessively vigorous or to be too harsh on your skin with it. And if you have very stubborn skin like myself, you can use an exfoliating or deep cleansing cleanser. Again, you don't necessarily want to be too hard with it. I use a cleansing brush system to clean my face even when I'm using the Tretinoin, and I usually wait till it's nighttime to do the exfoliating portion and then use the Tretinoin. So when I apply a pea-size amount to my entire face. I use the 1% Tretinoin on my cheeks, my forehead, and the sides of my face, and I use the 5% Tretinoin on my lower chin, my lower cheek, my chin, and around my mouth. I avoid the corners of my mouth and I avoid the corners of my eyes because those areas are naturally thin, and the Tretinoin does make the skin shed, which can make it a little thinner in those areas and more likely crack. You don't want to experience that because I have experienced that as well. Here's some other things. You're going to use the Tretinoin every other day. At some point, your face will have a little bit of a gray cast to it. If you watched any of my hair cutting videos and you see me go to wash my hair and come back, when you see my face, it looks like there are areas of my face that are like white and gray, and it's like, what's wrong? It's a Tretinoin. What it does is it's basically going to speed up the cell turnover rate and cause your body to shed that skin. When the skin is separating, it kind of looks white, gray, scaly. It's gonna look like a combination of things. It's not gonna be fun, but the end result is great, especially if you have hyperpigmentation around your mouth, if you have any kind of acne scars, if you have what some people like to believe is a natural contour in this area, which is just hyperpigmentation on the side of your cheeks, girl. It's gonna get rid of it in addition to using a bleaching cream. So you wanna apply it at night. In the morning, you wanna wash your face with a mild cleanser and apply sunscreen. Sunscreen of 30 to 50 SPF that has UVA and UVB. You want to make sure that you do that because, like I said, the Tretinoin is going to shed the old damaged skin and reveal new skin. If you don't use sunscreen, you will go out and the sun will damage the new skin before you even get to show it to anybody. Also, other things to look for is signs that you're either using it too much. Using more of the Tretinoin will not make it work faster. It will not make it more efficient. What makes the Tretinoin work its best is consistency. So if you are recommended from your doctor or you decide to buy it online from somewhere else, you need to use it, like I said, every other day, daily as recommended, because that is what allows it to work best. Using extra cream does not allow it to work best. All it does is expose your skin to excess retinoids and make it more likely to be extra sensitive and to react. So signs of overuse or misuse are burning, stinging skin for more than the first 2 weeks, 6 weeks area. If your skin is cracked and bleeding, no ma'am, that is not what I told you to do. Okay? I did not send you there for that, okay? That's number one. If your skin is cracked or bleeding, it's a no. If your skin is, well, okay, this is why I need you to understand. A burning and stinging sensation for someone who's never used the product before is kind of normal. It's the extent of the burning and stinging. So if you wash your face and for a couple of minutes you have a little bit of burning and stinging, that's to be expected. If your face is burning and stinging all day for days, you're using too much of the product or it's too strong for you. So I've never used the product under my eyes because I feel like the skin under your eyes is a little thin already. Whether or not you should use 5% or 1% is decided based off how your skin tolerates the product. I have been using the 0.05% strength for years before I upgraded to this one. This is the highest strength available, and I will say that I tested it around here, and the way that my skin was peeling around here, it wasn't terrible, but I was just so dry. Like, my face was just so dry, and I would literally wash my face in the morning and moisturize it, look in the mirror and my face looked fine, go outside, be outside for 5 whole minutes and my face is peeling, and people are like, oh, you got a dry patch around your cheek. No. So I was like, okay, you don't want to be used right here. Up here, my forehead, my face rarely peels. Like, I have to use it daily for maybe a month, and I'll wake up one day and it's micro peeling around here. That's about it. It's okay though, because little marks and things that come up on my face, they're going away, so I know that the product is actually working. My face on that part, just for whatever reason, doesn't peel. The bottom of my face peels consistently. If you have sensitive skin, the 0.1% strength is going to be too strong for you, so I would recommend for you to get the 0.025% strength and use that, or the 0.05% strength and use that with the instructions that I provided in the first video. If you have oily combination or stubborn skin, the 0.1% strength may work very well for you. You just have to figure out how frequently you can use it without causing a burn on your skin. So as I said before, I would recommend use it every other day for 30 days to 60 days and see how your skin responds to it. If your skin is not very inflamed, if it's not tender to the touch, if it's not bleeding, if it's not cracked, if it's not hurting and yelling at you, then you can start to use it daily and continue to monitor how your skin is responding to it. You also want to keep in mind that it is okay for you to use moisturizer while you're using tretinoin. Some people, if your skin is really sensitive and you still want to use a tretinoin because you have deep scars, what you do is you apply the moisturizer and then you apply the tretinoin on top of it. Hopefully that makes sense. The tretinoin will allow the moisturizer to penetrate your skin more deeply, so your skin will be getting the moisture and the tretinoin together in combination, and it may be less likely to respond negatively to it. I will say that this is a staple for me, as you've seen that I've been using it for years. I also use it on like scrapes and cuts because for a long time I seem to be scarring kind of easily, and my dermatologist said that I could be transitioning to where my skin is deciding to become sensitive in some areas, and so I'm able to use this and remove scars and things from my body because I just hate to be marked up like. And I also want to say, when your skin is peeling, do not peel the skin off. Let the skin peel at its own rate. The body knows what rate it's healing and how it's healing. When it's peeling, obviously you can apply moisturizer to the dry and peeling areas, and you want to also apply sunblock when you're going out. I think this is a great asset to people who suffer from acne scarring, hyperpigmentation. I think that's all that I have to give you on tretinoin. Actually, I'm going to do another video in a couple of weeks. In that video, I am going to describe how to use tretinoin and fade cream to get rid of heavy hyperpigmentation and dark spots. So if you want to see that video, make sure to leave a comment below and I will try to get that out to you as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Until next time.